Face the TV, I'm DDK. Hugo's joining me once again.
Hi.
Hello, and we have, of course, the DreamHack qualifiers for the DreamHack London event, and we're into the semi-finals, which is essentially a qualification match, and it's going to be Penta versus SK to kick things off. So it's going to be a good one. We've already got the maps. We're going to be starting off with Inferno, which is going to be the choice of Penta. Any quick thoughts on the first map?
No, we saw both Penta and SK 2-0 their opponent last night, so we can both know that they're obviously high level in the teams they played against. So it should be interesting. We probably see it go to 4 maps at least, I think.
Actually, before we move on to a more in-depth discussion about the matches, let's actually check the bracket so that we can have another overview of exactly what's happened so far in the qualifiers. All right, so we just have a quick recap as to the action that has preceded these games that we're about to watch. And as we can see, SK managed to defeat Phenomenon 2-1 there, and Penta defeating Aftermatch 2-0. So the Aftermatch game was a bit scary. As we can see, it's a little bit close, actually. Inferno was where Penta actually faltered. And they picked Inferno this time to open up the series against SK. So that's I'm not sure how that's actually going to go. It's an interesting first choice considering their struggles yesterday against a more or less a mixed team from Sweden.
Yeah, they struggled a lot on T-side, I remember.
And looking on the other side of things as well, we've got eFrag managing to take down Killerfish. That was also really weird. I think we had a lot of weird matches yesterday in the qualifiers. Every team seemed to have these like awesome, blinding CT sides, but they couldn't quite do anything on the T side. And yeah, we saw eFrag.
I think we saw 3 or 4 comeback games last night. That was interesting. People getting 4 or 5 rounds on T side and yet still winning the game.
Absolutely. And well, Copenhagen Wolves, that was the only match that we didn't really see as it ran 2-0 concurrently to the eFrag game. So we didn't really see what happened there, but as you can actually look on the overlay, Inferno and Overpass pretty close between Copenhagen Wolves and LDLC White. And Copenhagen Wolves is a bit of a mix of players now. They just acquired the remainder of LGB, the Norwegians. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. But of course, first things first today, SK Gaming versus Penta. And I have to say, personally, I really don't know how to call this because both teams, they don't seem to be hugely consistent at the moment.
No, yeah. I didn't see a whole lot as what I was expecting from those teams last night, at least. We only saw a few rounds on T-side, especially from Penta and Inferno, as I was saying. So hopefully they will have improved that. Obviously, I think it was Penta picked Inferno of this best of 5 already, so maybe they've prepared something overnight, and hopefully we get to see that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with SK is I feel like they have a lot of potential when it comes to how high the level can really be. I mean, the thing is they've gone through a lot of role changes recently. They've brought kadiaN into the team initially. He was doing a lot of fragging, and that wasn't something he was comfortable with. They kind of threw him in the deep end there, and he's a guy that wants to be AWPing more. So this was this point in the team was a really huge, I guess, bottleneck for a while. And I think they've been mixing things up. We've seen kadiaN pick up the AWP much more, and I would like to see. It looks like they're actually going to win this knife round, and that means that they can start on CT side. So we could see a lot of AWPing coming out of kadiaN, to be very dynamic with it. But SandeN yesterday as well, he was doing really amazing stuff with the AWP.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good frags from him as well.
So Stavros, I mean, I guess he could pull this one off as number 1.
I want a 1v1, so Stavros has a chance. It's equal here. Both on similar HP. Although it seems like, yeah, Stavros going to take it. Penta actually going to probably pick CT side here on Inferno.
So this is actually a really huge deal. If we look at, again, yesterday, how huge the CT sides were for all of these teams, just starting off on that CT side is a really, really big boon to your best of 5 series to just get things off on a good foot. And SK, again, you would expect this to be the team that has the better strategy, tactics, and so on overall, and even to an extent, individual skill. But that said, kRYSTAL, yesterday he was going absolutely mental on the CT side with the AWP, just being very dynamic. He can be a really good player to look at to basically carry Penta through in some troubling times, and also players like I think it was Strux actually had an immense game yesterday also on Inferno.
Oh yeah, that was true. He dropped 30, I think.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to go live here. We've got the pistol kicking off, and once again, just to remind you, if you're just joining us, this is a qualification match. So the winner of this match, this best of 5, will actually go through and be able to play and qualify at DreamHack Open London.
So we go straight into the pistol. We are going to see the terrorists pushing up Banana initially. Bomb going as well, but Stavros is here right there with a Molotov. He might be able to Molotov that to stop the early pushes. Struxy just comes back from being AFK. NiKo getting ready to push up. He's going to be putting some pre-fire shots, but still not pushing out yet. And there are actually 3 CT players on the bomb site and 1 floated just there in the CT spawn. So it seems like the terrorists are going to push straight into what is going to look like a death trap at the moment. The rotates are coming in from the CT players, and crisby here running through the smoke, gets one, gets two, and that's going to be a nice shutdown. Does get traded out, but don't worry, he's done his damage, and this leaves kadiaN just alive, and he will be finished off finally. And that'll be the first round to Penta, so that's a solid start for Penta. They really wanted to get that pistol round, as we've seen them struggle on T-side Inferno last night that was, so they're going to want to pick up as many rounds as they can on CT here.
It was a really nice approach we saw yesterday from Penta on their pistol as well. They put one guy in the balcony, spotting into mid and second mid. If it's clear, he's just going to stay there and get the info, and that allows them to have 4 players just sitting on B. Worked like a charm in the previous round there. So SK now have to get it done with this pistol armor buy-up. They do have a few nades to work with as well, a couple of smokes, so they could actually pose quite a threat in this round. But we'll have to see whether or not Penta can actually hit the initial shots. They're playing pretty defensively, as you would expect, and as is often optimal in a spot like this. But here we go. We have all the map control for SK, so they're just providing presence everywhere. They had the bomb dropped actually almost in T spawn, so the bottom of that T slope. So they really need to try and pick that up and start making a move here towards a bomb site, as they've now lost a man.
Yeah, it seems like they lost a player on B, and now kadiaN's going to be back enough to grab the bomb, and I assume they're probably going to go towards the A site at this point. SandeN trying to push out, he's going to be Molotov back, and no, the terrorists have changed their mind now, backing off towards Banana here. And luckily only 2 players away from Penta. They haven't pre-rotated a player yet over yet, but with the lack of presence shown by SK on the A site, they might probably pre-rotate someone over, or at least put a floater back into CT spawn. But here we go. Just as the smoke runs out.
It's going to be very hard, isn't it, to break? There's the spray down from the Famas. So Stavros has got it on lock here, switch to the pistol. Oh, absolutely not. Almost getting the 4K, but kadiaN going to take him down in the end. So Strux finishes it off, and it looked like Penta's round the entire time. I felt like SK had a really solid chance there, but it didn't seem like they really came together. It looks like they were looking for the picks really early on with the pistols, and just didn't work out.
So now we're going to go into the 3rd round, and SK obviously going for a full eco, not even going to buy up to... Oh no, they're getting a couple of pistols on them. But no armor, no nades, of course. They just want to eco so they can afford as soon as possible rifles. And Penta here with these SMGs and these rifles are probably just going to be a complete mow down, as the players of SK are going to be pushing up second mid.
Alright, so here it is, the kamikaze run. They have no expectations in a round like this other than to die, and kRYSTAL looks like he's perfectly poised to just peek out and get a multiple spray down, but they'll actually make their way straight through to CT spawn and all the way into Strux's position. So here he goes with the M4. He's got to be careful with his bullets. You can see he's trying to conserve them as he knows he's getting rushed down. He will go down in the end. Stavros is on the bomb site. So SK, they're just running around all over the map at the moment. They might actually be able to get a bomb down. It's actually possible.
Yeah, the CTs are slow on the rotation here, so Berry will just be able to get the bomb down with time. Oh, kadiaN just going down there from tabseN, and yep, the bomb's planted, and that's all SK really need. They're going to get that $800 bonus, and now going to be able to buy up this round. I
can't believe they actually got the bomb down. That's kind of ridiculous. Just like running the track straight through mid, up through CT, through onto the B-bomb site. That is pretty insane. That should not happen. I'm pretty sure Penta are a little bit shocked about that. They lost 2 players as well. And that's going to be the knowledge for Penta now that SK can throw a buy at them. Like a pretty, well, much better buy than they were otherwise looking at. So they could even throw an AWP in there if they wanted, which would be quite cool.
The problem there was kRYSTAL was playing quite passive on Porch. He didn't actually peek as all 5 of the SK players rushed up long, and he only got 1 in the end. So he didn't even get that information that they crossed, because they crossed before he even peeked out. So that was unlucky for him. Just bad timing there. But now we're going to see the first full buy of both teams here. And SK Molotoving up as well. 4 Molotovs. They must have some kind of strat based around this. Inferno, a very good map to utilize your Molotovs to kind of break off the CT positioning and try and force them out of positions like pit and new box on B.
Yeah, and once again, it's a defensive Penta trying to play reactively against SK. They don't want to play aggressive just yet. You can see NiKo trying to see if he can get something done there, just going for the peaks towards B. However, there is not anyone peeking. Again, Penta just trying to play it slow. tabseN's pretty much the only guy who actually try to face at all, and he's going to go down straight away to SandeN. So that's really nice. SK, they get one opportunity, and SandeN really makes it count for them. So 5 versus 4, they found the early advantage they were looking for, and now they've got a minute to play it out.
But as highlighted, Stavros is pre-rotating, so there's only 1 player left on the B site, and that's going to be good. So now there's going to be 3 players on the A site for the CT side to hold off SK there, and we're going to see kRYSTAL pick up a nice AWP kill on barriers. Seems like another teammate's coming through apps. It looks like SandeN. But so yeah, bomb going back towards the B site, and I'm assuming Penta will probably pick up on this and rotate Stavros back. They haven't done so yet. There we go, rotate's coming in now, and NiKo leading the charge is just going to be Molotoved off, allowing time for Stavros to rotate.
Very nicely done, just shutting down the arch area, so that split onto B is not going to be as effective. SandeN's still trying to do something though. They might not expect there to be an extra player. Usually it's just one guy who's doing that lurk roll, but it's not even going to matter if the bomb can't make it onto the bomb site, and straight away it's down to NiKo to try to save this, try to salvage the round, but Strux is still at the back of the bomb site, and NiKo, oh no, he's going to die after time maybe. Oh, what a headshot there. That will actually keep him alive, and that's nice that he survives there, but that was a bit of an awkward round to say the least. Considering that SK did get that early pick, they really weren't able to capitalize. And you got to credit how the passivity of Penta still just playing it very calm and allowing SK to try to make mistakes, or not try to make mistakes, but rather making mistakes. And they just played it very calm, and it just went to their benefit after all. So I'm wondering if kRYSTAL's going to start getting a bit more aggressive here.
Ooh, NiKo, nice shot there onto kRYSTAL, doing a little bit of damage, but not managing to finish him off. And if you notice, SK are forcing up with a couple of pistols as well as 2 Galils. NiKo on the only AK of the team, so that could be a problem. We've seen SK force up in unnecessary moments. I think this might be one of them. Molotov coming out from Stavros, and it seems like the bomb is going towards the B site, but still, 2 SK players are going around the A site, and NiKo will pick up a kill onto kRYSTAL,
wow,
and turning around and taking out crisby as well. So now they have the A site under control almost, and the bomb is going to be backing off there down mid, but so do the CTs. Coming in through CT spawn, we're going to see, I think that's Stavros, Stavros rotating towards A. He might just catch SandeN out if he hurries up.
Oh, if tabseN can stay alive here, he can definitely cause problems for SK, but he does go down in the end, and it's SandeN who takes down Stavros, which will really just cement things here. It's a 1-on-3 retake rather, and despite the fact that all 3 players are very low on health, it's a very tough job for Strux to accomplish here. He's got to go quite a long way. He's got to walk, otherwise if he gives his position away it's going to be too easy for them to defend, so he's just going to opt for some exits here, which is I think the most sensible play. But well done to SK. It's interesting that they went for the exact same strategy as the previous round, where they go for that split, that 3-2 split, and I have to say I don't think I've seen another team do that in the last few months. Just have that as a default. Usually it's just that you just want 1 player on the lurk, but they send 2. And you can see how it works as well.
Yeah, that was surprisingly successful. I think NiKo was probably the key player there, managing to pick up 2 kills and catch a CT rotator playing long there. So that was good for him, and that kind of secured SK the round. And now Penta are going to be able to put a little bit of a buy going. Yeah, they can get a few rifles and nades. So you know it's not too bad. They're equaling out the nades between different players, and kRYSTAL here saving for the AWP, just going with a pistol for now.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see more of that, because I do really like that way that it does give you the option to go to A if you manage to pick up the entries there, and if B isn't going so well. It is kind of an interesting variation. However, Penta, having seen it now a couple times, will probably be a bit more aware of what's going on. Either way, we're not seeing them go with any real aggressions so far, and that was something that they were quite good at doing yesterday. However, I think a lot of it was hinging on kRYSTAL AWPing, so not too much of that. And once again, SK picking up the entries. So this force up not working out so well for Penta at the moment. Down to just 3 players, and well, the bomb can pretty much go anywhere at this point.
Oh, nice boost by kRYSTAL. He's just going to jump up on that box and pick up that frag onto Berry, and now it's going to be a 3 versus 4. But the bomb, yep, as you mentioned, hasn't been picked up yet. It's actually going to be going back towards the B site where 2 CT players are remaining. So that was a lucky read by Penta. Well done by them, not rotating players over to the A site when the first 2 of them went down, and the Molotovs all hold back the time. Only 38 seconds left on the clock. NiKo getting the first frag down to Strux as he enters the site, and smokes will be coming out, and here we go, kRYSTAL rotating, but he's going to be way too far away at the moment, leaving just Stavros to defend the site, and he's going to get 1 kill but traded out instantly, and the bomb will go down with 30 seconds remaining there, or 20 seconds remaining there.
Okay, looks like SK is starting to bring things back here. Penta should be on a NiKo. I mean, they have no money at all. Actually, if we check... actually, no, we don't need to check the score just yet. As Penta, they lost 2 in a row, so that's 1900 that they have from losing, and they get 2400 this time. So they can buy in the next round, but the problem is that they won't have a huge amount of grenades. Incendiaries are very costly for the CTs, and I'm not sure we're going to see all that many, so they won't really have many aggressive options. Their options to delay as well aren't going to be all that good, so we might actually see Penta be either hyper passive, or maybe they'll try to actually mix it up and go for like a 3-man banana take. That would be quite cool to see, because they've not thrown that at SK just yet. And SK, they don't put too many players towards banana. It's usually just 1 or 2 early into the round, so that could be a way for them to get some early advantages.
Here NiKo entering the site. We're going to see Struxy playing quite passive, which is good. He can get up close and personal with that pistol, which is probably the best strategy, but he's going to peek out and get killed. And NiKo punishing that, also going for a second. Stavros going down, Crystal rushing through the smoke as he did in the pistol round. He's going to pick up 1 kill, but traded out instantly. AcilioN getting that frag, and NiKo just going ham here with a 3k already, and just getting taken down there by Crisby. So now it's a 1 versus 3. It seems like Crispy's either going to try and save that weapon or get some exit frags here, and nope, SandeN won't let it happen, and he'll pick up the kill with the AWP, and that'll be 3 rounds to SK. So yeah, as you said, they are bringing it back. They're doing quite well now, trying to equalise it to a 4 versus or a 4-4 scoreline.
All right, and this is that situation I was talking about. We've got no, well, just a lack of kits actually. Just 1 kit on Crystal, no incendiaries. Everyone has opted to be able to squeeze out an extra grenade by not getting the helmets. So what are they going to do with it? I was thinking about that 3-man banana push, but they're actually just playing it a little bit passively. So interesting decision. It's a good mix-up to go with. It's only really punished if SK decide to rush quad very quickly, and it does actually look like they're putting fast aggression towards A. This actually is the perfect way to break this timing from Penta. Oh, they're absolutely devastated on the A bomb site by this quick push, and SK, they're going to get a plant within 30 seconds.
And if you notice there, the real problem with that round was Penta have 3 players on the B site. Really unlucky stack there, and now Crystal going to have to regroup and play with his team to try and get the bomb site back in a 4 versus 5. This is not going to be an easy retake, I've got to say. Luckily, Crystal doesn't have an AWP, so he can get those entry frags with the rifles. But nope, it seems like Penta players are just going to go for the save. I think this is the safest option at this point. 4 versus 5 retake, which has damaged our economy too much if they did lose, you know, all of their players.
Yeah, absolutely. If we just check the scoreboard really quickly, we can see how the progression of losses is going for them. So this will be the 4th loss, which is $2,900 in addition to what they have. So indeed, they wouldn't be able to buy if they end up losing this round and giving away all their weapons and just everybody dying. So, I mean, you only need to really survive with 3 players in that situation, as you'll be able to drop a couple weapons. But you know, they might as well survive with 4. So that's pretty cool. I like that from Penta. It's always nice to go for strats like that, especially if you feel like you're at a disadvantage. To say, okay, we're going to try to stack here and try to just gamble and have a really good chance if they decide to go where we stacked, and if not, hey, we can just save. And 4-4 now. They need to break the momentum of SK, but they're yet to find an answer. I really feel like it's an AWP on Crystal that can be the answer, but
yeah, definitely Crystal playing so aggressive last night with the AWP on Inferno that was, and I think that could be, you know, the kryptonite of SK, I think. But here we go, NiKo getting close. Struxy will pick up that frag, a nice headshot, peeking out as the players are flash, but SandeN right there ready to trade him as they push towards the B site. Penta are going to be rotating players, but that's not going to matter. SandeN getting a second entry frag there, and Stavros is going to go down. The bomb will finally be planted with plenty of time left, and Molotov not holding Crystal back at all. He's going to push straight through it. AcilioN also being finished, and now it's a 3 versus 3, and this is a definitely retakeable situation. SandeN such low HP, and kadiaN, you know, he has got that AWP at 72 HP. It's only a dink from one of those M4s.
yeah, this is going to be quite interesting to see if Penta can just barrel them down here again with SandeN on 2 HP. Just got to get a fast shot in there. He is stuck on pool. He'll be spotted by the FAMAS of tabseN, and he's going to go straight through into kadiaN's reticle. Will get dropped straight away. kadiaN just needs to know where that bomb is behind the smoke, and they'll get multiple kills, taking down everybody. kadiaN will survive, and SK will win the round. So excellent play in the end. That could have gone either way, but it will be SK to actually continue their dominance, and their money as well is looking pretty good.
We're going to go into a short pause here called by AcilioN of SK. And so what was interesting about that round, the defuse was coming in. It was, I don't know who it was on Banana with kadiaN. I think it was Berry, actually. Did get a nice shot onto the diffuser there. So very close for Penta. I think only a few seconds remaining on that because they did actually have a kit on them. And yeah, we're just taking a short pause here. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's pretty... I mean, it looks like SK are poised to just continue to just keep crippling Penta, unless again, you know, Crystal can get the AWP out and then start playing a little bit dynamically with it, because that's again how they were managing to do so well yesterday, how they managed to save themselves yesterday. But equally, if they're not comfortable with getting aggressive on the basis of having a few incendiaries, playing a few people early into banana, like if they can't get aggressive against SK, it feels like SK are really comfortable in that environment of just saying, okay, well, we can take this because you're just being really passive, we'll take this, and then we can make our call. And they know how to make some picks as well. So Penta needs something to throw at them. And Crystal has the AWP now, but where is he? He is... Where is Crystal? It's towards A. Gets the eyes in the apartments. So he won't find anything just yet. But there's a 3-man aggression early here for Penta towards Banana. Just playing it very cautiously and hoping to block any big pushes from SK, but it's not coming, so they're going to send a man back.
But a good read by Penta, rotating 2 players over to the A site as SK just in that time moved the bomb over back to mid, so it seems like they're probably going to set up for an A take, and now leaving only 1 Penta player on the B side is going to be a really good choice here. The flashes go out. kadiaN with SandeN here peeking short, as the smoke does go out long, and Stavros is still alone on the B side, but I think that's NiKo just pushing up to his right. As soon as that smoke runs out, he could come into a bit of a situation.
Yeah, it's also worth noting there's no armor, no Kevlar at all on kRYSTAL, so he's a little bit fragile with that AWP in apartments. I think he's actually dropped into the pit now, but it's going to be tabseN down for Penta. That's going to cause a slight issue for the CTs. kadiaN's going to make his way in. Oh, he gets caught off guard, manages to connect the shot, but doesn't get the frag. Has to try to finish it off with a CZ. He'll do it. kRYSTAL is going to fall. And 4 versus 2 advantage. SK looking pretty fantastic moving into the site, but kRYSTAL with a really nice backpedal shot straight onto NiKo. He's still alive in the pit. He can still give his team a chance here, but that lack of Kevlar really punishing him, and Stavros gets eliminated by kadiaN. And once again, SK, they look like they just have full control of the situation. So it looks like that 6-4 is could turn into maybe even an 8 or 9-4 if things continue this way.
Penta's not looking too good on money right now. They're going to have to eco, so it's almost, you know, with a bit of luck, Penta might pick up the round, but it's almost a guaranteed 7-4 scoreline at the moment, which is already winning T-side. That's quite a lot of rounds from T-side Inferno at least, so SK are really going to want to pick up this round and not get destroyed by the Deagle on Stavros, but he's going to miss his first shot, and that's going to be good for SK there as they push up Banana.
I mean, the only bright side really for Penta is that in the following round they're going to have a lot of cash because they have the max money bonus now, and I think they already have like 2,500 in the bank at the moment, so they're going to be sitting around 6-7k, so they should be able to get the AWPs out, full grenades with incendiaries. They have every option to play with, so as long as they don't let SK take advantage of them, as long as they don't play scared, they should be fine, but let's see how Penta's mental constitution is in that following round as we get a really nice clean-up here from NiKo, completely demolishing them.
Yeah, just destroying on the B site there, and that's going to be a good play. Barry trying to hold the rotate, but kRYSTAL will manage to take advantage of him not checking the corner, and there we go. kRYSTAL's got an AK, and I can imagine he's going to save it in this situation as kRYSTAL follows up. He's also going to want to try and get some exit frags. So, you know, just do as much damage as they can to the economy of SK right now, but wow, it's not going to happen. SandeN and NiKo both getting frags, and that'll be kRYSTAL alone, and it seems like he's going to come into contact with SandeN, but wow, on only 5 HP, but still manages to get the instant headshot, so that'll be good for SK there, yet another round, and now Penta, as you said, will be able to buy up with AWPs as well. I can imagine we'll see that on kRYSTAL. And finally, he can get armor, so that's good for him as well. Yeah,
the first time he's going to actually have armor with that. That's a good point, and well, there it is, full diffuse kits almost, and Stavros is going to pick up an AWP. So I think we actually saw this yesterday as well, a little bit of double AWP shenanigans going in for Penta, and good spawns for both players. They're on mid for kRYSTAL and Stavros onto B as well, but the angle is held by kadiaN. He's going to take off the head of Stavros, and that's a massive loss straight away. That is crippling. Penta cannot afford to lose this round.
Here we go, Barry pushing out long, and it seems like the players are going to be faking A here with some nades. As the bomb does go up Banana, it's Struxy alone. It seems like Penta haven't read this yet. They've still got 3 players on the A side, but no, the bomb is backing off now, and they've decided to go towards the B side AcilioN. Clever move there, just chucking out the AWP of Stavros out of the map, so Penta can't save it if they do win the round.
Yeah, and we can see the dilemma here for Strux. They have to gamble towards A. Although that said, tabseN's actually going to make his way around to reinforce Strux's position, so they're going to play with a 2-2 setup. And having just spent all of their money, I think they're on eco if they lose. So it could be a situation where they do that 4-man stacks/save again. But hey, maybe kRYSTAL can go huge here. He's got himself the AWP. He's got the very fine angle towards Boiler to spot for this push. And his teammate will smoke off his position. So not looking too shabby actually towards A at the moment. But in comes the terrorist threat, and well, is Penta ready for it? kRYSTAL's there. He's able to take down one. What is going on up here in apartments is kRYSTAL with a no-scope. He's going to be actually able to escape the situation and keep his presence there in the apps. This is dangerous for SK.
But the bomb is just going to be planted in time. kadiaN getting that down on the site. Now the rotate's coming in. tabseN, nice wallbang there through the box. Is going to manage to pick off the planter, and now AcilioN also going down, leaving NiKo in a 1 versus 2 situation. It's a doable one. The bomb is down, so he has got time just to play. play around the time, but he seems to be over-peaking way too much there, just getting tagged a little bit down to 56 HP. And here we go, Crystal just getting taken out now to a 1 versus 1 situation. And NiKo here with the advantage. He can just play time, but Struxy faking the bomb. He's going to fall out NiKo, and there we go. NiKo jumping up, will manage to get the frag. Only 6 HP left on him. And that'll be another round to SK, so 8-4 at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're, once again, they're just looking like they're able to just get every advantage, hit all the shots they need to hit, even though that didn't go as well as it should have done with Crystal, just being able to survive there and do a lot of damage. Somehow, Penta they can't win these rounds, and they will get a buyout, but it's really, really lackluster. They don't have a lot of grenades. They have a Famus on Crystal as well, so it's really awkward. And once again, SK are allowed to have all the positions they want. They're allowed to have Banana, they're allowed to have apartments, and it's just not working out for Penta to give them so much room. But here we go, finally, Struck is able to win a couple frags, and that individual play is going to give them some breathing room in this round.
Now it's a 5 versus 3, so SK have decided to move back up to the A side, but if you notice, the bomb is still stuck in Banana, so even if they do manage to kill the 3 remaining players on Penta on the A side, they aren't going to manage to get the bomb down without the rotate coming in. And, they've got a minute left, but not a lot of time to rotate twice and get the bomb and then come back to the A site, and there we go. Crisby just trying to get some shots off. He does manage to hit SandeN there through the car, but Barry is left alone in a 1 versus 5, and not really a possible situation for him. 45 seconds left on the clock, and smoking CT and going back to A seems like the best possible move here. Not really a lot to work with, only 1 Molotov left, and although he has got full HP, 5 members of Penta almost full HP on all of them apart from Struxy there. Here we go, pushing up along Berry. Seems like he's just going to come in contact with Crystal, who will get the frag. And there we go, Penta finally picking up a much needed round. As long as they can keep this going and don't lose this one to reset their economy, they should be fine for now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking like Penta, off the back of that individual skill from Strux, that one little highlight moment for him, making the 2 kill over by Banana, that could be a spot for them to try to just lift their spirits a little bit, get them back into this. But at the same time, if they have to rely on stuff like that, it's not really a good sign usually, as that's not such a consistent thing to rely on. Strux winning a 1 on 2 there against 2 AKs on Banana, but they decided to go for aggression here, finally. But this is actually an awesome response. SK, they're not waiting around, they're not allowing Penta to play this strategy out. They're just going to go straight for it and straight into the A bomb side. They're going to wrap, and NiKo with another fantastic entry. When will it end?
The Molotov will go and force Crystal out of pit, and he is going to go down as well. Now look, the rotating players aren't getting into the side there. NiKo getting a kill onto Crisby, and now NiKo just playing so aggressive, is pushing up long there. Wow. We'll get another kill onto Struxy, and it just seems like he's carrying SK this game so far. And Stavros now is also going to go down. NiKo is just a god at the moment, just headshots left and right, and that'll be 9 rounds to SK versus a 5 of Penta. And here we go, last round of the first half. We look at the scoreboard. NiKo on 20 kills.
That was a sick ace from NiKo. That was so cool. I mean, it's so unlucky for Penta almost, because again, finally that aggression on Banana is really, that could have worked super well if SK played their standard round, but they decided to go for the exact counter. And we've seen that happen before as well, when we saw a stack towards B rather, and the quick apartments push. It's like the direct counter strat to what they were doing, and it's just unlucky because there was no way they could know to do that. So SK calling all the right shots. And if you're NiKo, you're hitting all the right shots as well.
There we go, NiKo again entering the site and fails spray control there, but he does pick up 1 frag and traded out there. AcilioN will manage to take control of the site. And there we go, SandeN making work on A and taking names. He's going to get another frag. And SandeN's just been doing that all game on A. When they send 3 players in the bomb towards B, SandeN's just always up long, always getting frags. So that's good play by him, but Crisby rotating into the B site. And if you look at the bomb, it's going back towards A, and he actually knows that. He has a good idea on where the bomb's going. Now he's going to rotate here, getting close to SandeN. SandeN low HP, and he's going to get the frag anyway. Headshot there, and that'll be 10 rounds to SK on T side, which is a really good play. And we did see Penta struggle on T side on Inferno last night, so I think this could go very badly for them unless they plan something new. Yeah,
I mean, this really says a lot when Penta actually did even get their start where they get the pistol round on the CT side. And they win, all 4 rounds at the start, so they're getting some momentum, they're getting some economy, and yet still, Penta, as soon as they start to get the guns going, their buy rounds are just too good. And it's really refreshing to see, because SK to have that T side, we didn't see that at all yesterday, and it was almost a little bit frustrating from our perspective to see teams struggling so much on these T sides. But here we go, looks like SK, They just have to win this pistol round, and they'll pretty much close this first map out. But Penta has something to say about it. Nice entries there from tabseN straight away up Banana, and he's going to make his way now into the B-bomb site. Barry's going to go down as well. He's going to pop him straight in the head, and it's just AcilioN and SandeN left. This is a pretty hard task, to say the least.
Stavros is just holding the rotate. AcilioN trying to get back to Banana, but nope, he will finish him off, and that just leaves SandeN alone in a 1 versus 5 with only a USP and a Dream. So there's not going to be a whole lot he can do here. The bomb does go down, and that's probably going to be around to Penta securing the bag. No kit on SandeN either, so really no time to do anything here.
And this is one of those situations again where it's like, oh, it looks like SK just crushing Penta, but now the way things should go is we should see a 10-8. That's what kind of should happen. It's what's favoured to happen. As SandeN try. Oh no, they're trying to go for the knife there, but there you go. kRYSTAL finish him off. But yeah, so they have all the opportunity to tie this one up from this position, but it's all about how SK decide to play. I was going to say I wouldn't like to see them force buy just because I think that their full buy of all the grenades is going to be really, really strong when they go into their buy round. But well, they're going to try to go for the force up and see what they can do with it.
There we go. A lot of CZs on SK as well. So get close quarters with them. You can do some real damage. Struxy there going to get tagged inside the Deagle with NiKo. NiKo trying to get a second one, can't find it. Flash will go out, and the nade will just put him down to 20 HP, and he's just going to back off Banana there. But if you look, Barry, his teammate, also in B, is also down to 1 HP there, so they might want to send another player over for SK, and yeah, they do. They have 3 players now on the B side. It's going to be kadiaN joining them. But Struxy here with the Mac 10, sorry, he's probably going to try and rack up as much money as he can, just getting entry frags with that, which is what I will imagine. But if he does go into B, he'll be up against NiKo and his Deagle, which does not look like a good idea for him. So they are going to back off and go back towards the A site, and kadiaN there rotating with SK towards A. That's going to be a good call from SK there. But nope, smoke's going down, holding off Penta's push, and I think they're just going to try and play out as much time as they can now. 50 seconds left on the clock, so Penta have got plenty of time to push a site and get these kills. Yeah,
of course, if SK are able to win this one, it's going to be so crippling for Penta. It would be worse than if they lost the pistol. And AcilioN's going to go in close. He's going to get a free one there. That's a nice way to start things off. But that said, SK do have 2 players who are very, very low towards the B-bomb site. So, I mean, SandeN needs to do a lot of damage, but he doesn't get anything done there. So, we have a floating sticker. I haven't seen that bug for a while. That's made a return. And, well, it's not going to be very nice here for SK. They should just save these pistols. I think that's what they're going to do. And Penta will lose only a single member. So well handled by Penta. I mean, it can always be scary to be against these pistols, but even still in a round like this, if Penta had, for example, decided to buy up a few SMGs and purchase like 3 or 4 Molotovs, maybe even 5 Molotovs, which are very cheap. I mean, for an extra $100, as opposed to an HE, you pick up a Molotov. It's got way more utility, especially on a map like this. They can just do a Molotov execute. I used to see NIP do it a little bit, and it's incredibly effective because there's actually just nowhere you can stand. You get rid of all the nasty close-range angles for the pistolers to actually abuse. All gone with the Molotovs, and you just take the site and win the round. But I haven't seen many teams been actually executing that recently, so I'd like to see that back into play. More Molotovs used on these anti-force-ups, but 10-7, SK with the 3 weapons saved. Let's see what they can do with them.
Yeah, and we're going to see the rest of SK there, the AcilioN and SandeN, just picking up pistols as well so they can compete with their team there. And Stavros getting close to kadiaN, almost shooting him through the window. NiKo there on the B side is going to be losing a lot of HP quite fast, and that nade will finish off another nice one there by Struxy. So they do manage to kill both the players on the B side, and this gives them an opportunity to push up, but they're not going to all do it so far. I think they're just wary of a little stack done by SK, but there's nothing there, so there's no reason not to push up, and it seems like SK just waiting for them to rotate back to the A site here. Nice position there. It seems like they're just going to drop down and back off as Penta still try and make up their mind. This is one of the problems we see with Penta there. They always get in these situations where they don't know what to do, and it seems like they're finally going to go up towards B there. Finally the good call comes in, and 2 players left on SK's side. It's not going to give them much room to do anything here.
I actually do like them waiting there as well, because one thing with the pistols when you're playing this kind of a round is that you do feel kind of you're kind of on a high panic, high alarm kind of situation. So as soon as you see some players dying on B, like, oh god, I got to go to B very quickly, and so you can actually catch out the CTs moving, I think, and that's what they were trying to do, because unlike having rifles where getting caught moving is much more punishable, pistols you can actually make them work. So you actually want to get into position really fast. And SK, they had a lot of discipline there. They just were chilling up mids, not really phased. And we'll see a pretty decent round here from Penta. Only losing 3 players in the end, which is not too bad. Could be worse.
Ooh, just finally getting that frag onto AcilioN there, and now SK will be able to buy up, so they will get the FAMASs of the M4s and a couple of nades on each players, but no kits just yet. They're not going to manage to afford a single kit, which is a real problem there for SK. If Penta do manage to get the bomb down, that'll be quite a trouble there trying to defuse it. But here we go. kRYSTAL also has the AWP and armor, so that's going to be good. He's going to be on the T side there. kadiaN also does the exact same thing. There's going to be an AWP challenge in mid, but Berry there on Banana pushes up aggressive. Nice move by SK there, and he'll manage to pick up 2 early frags. And kRYSTAL is already down to some low HP there. Only 24 left on him. He must have got legged by kadiaN's AWP. Stavros here pushing up in apps, managing to get a little tag, but I think it's all in vain here. This round needs to be going to SK's favour, and unless Stavros or Struxy pulls off something massive, they might have trouble with getting the bomb down, even getting inside in there. A bit of team damage there. Bad call by his teammate there. And
come on, kRYSTAL.
kRYSTAL's just going to be shooting Stavros there in the
Get it together, man.
Yeah, that's a good point good thing to point out, James, that no one is left on the B side. Only one player pushed up aggressive. Banana. kadiaN, there we go, catching the long push, is going to manage to pick off Stavros, and now only 2 players remain on Penta's side. I think it would be wise to save in this situation, but kRYSTAL, as he does, still wanting to get this frag onto NiKo here in Banana. But the deep smoke will go out, and this will allow NiKo to push right into T-spawn if need be, but nope, Struxy and kRYSTAL are actually going to be boosting over the smoke, and this could be a really interesting situation if they manage to get the boost done right. Smoke is running out though, and there we go, we're just going to see Struxy pop out. NiKo just missed him there, so they do back off, and he's going to peek out and get taken out by kRYSTAL. So unlucky there.
NiKo's form has been really phenomenal, to be honest, in the last, in the recent times. It would be pretty awesome to see him just keep this going, because he really is just developing into such a star power.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't know what that means, by the way, but star player maybe. I guess that probably makes more sense. He has star power. That makes sense as well. Either way, SK finally breaking the little streak of Penta.
Chunks of death, that.
They're breaking the streak. And, well, we're going to have to see if kadiaN's going to start to get some ideas with this AWP. And this is kind of what I was talking about. kadiaN taking more of an AWPing role again is much to his comfort. And where is he going? Did he have a good spawn towards mid? I do believe he did, yeah. So he's just chilling and watching down mid to see if he can spot anything towards T-slope. However, it is mostly empty at the moment. It's going to be NiKo that finds some love towards Banana. Penta trying to make the move up there with 4 players. And this is very important, I think, for Penta to try to make sure that they actually remove that forward presence from NiKo, from Banana. Because once they do that, they can actually just have one guy there, just keep presence there, and just continue in this situation where the CT's just it's completely obscure what's going on for them. And that's how you make good decisions as the Ts. But SK is still actually trying to contend for this Banana area. I like that they're not giving it up. And Penta, they're actually deciding to let it go themselves.
Yeah, Molotov will go out. That will probably force NiKo out of position on Carbon. No, just staying to the right of it. It's going to allow him to not get tagged at all, but there we go, Struxy. Pop flashing out towards A, and the bomb is near the A site in here. SK luckily still have 3 members on the A site, so they might be able to hold down this push. tabseN here entering. Nothing happening too much. It seems like the SK players are rotating back. Berry, no, now finally going towards the A site. Smokes will be thrown in, and that will cause a rotate there. Coming a mid flank as well. And there we go, tabseN into the site. kRYSTAL will manage to pick up the first kill. tabseN also following up, SandeN here, jumping on the car. Does get a spray, nice double kill there. And he's going to manage to drop the bomb, and now it's going to be a 2v2, and the time is running out. Just enough time to plant the bomb, I think, and there we go, SandeN jumping in place, and that's a nice 4K by him, and he will get the defuse. And there we go, 12 rounds to SK, and Penta really need to pick up some more T rounds, or SK are really going to take the win here.
Yeah, that was a really crazy save from SandeN, just basically popping in from the pit position and nobody spotting him, and just all the smokes were down, sure, but he got, I think, 3 kills without people actually even looking at him. He didn't take any damage there. That shouldn't happen, and that's going to keep SK in this one, and it's going to create a situation where Penta feel obligated to just go for a force up here. They are going to be able to afford 3 AK-47s and a bunch of grenades, but it really isn't ideal. And with SK starting to get rolling, it is quite scary. This round is different for them. They are making a bit of a, well, they're giving things up here for on Banana. It's just a passive approach, and Penta so far, they're feeling it out. There's no smokes, which is very nice because that caused them a lot of issues previously taking this area. And so we'll have to see if Penta can make something of this. They've got apartments as well, so they pretty much have everything apart from top mid.
There we go, NiKo peeking out aggressively, does manage to pick up 2, and SandeN also on the A site getting one for himself, and that's just going to be a shutdown of Penta so far. SK playing so well here on Inferno, and only krystal and tabseN are remaining.
SK or NiKo. This guy is, that is absurd. I mean, that was just, it just walked out, just casually takes down 2 players.
These last few games have really been making me look forward to the major to see how NiKo performs on mouse sports. Really looking forward to that. I think he's going to go large.
Yeah, he's really a joy to watch.
There we go on Banana. We're going to see a push-up here.
Oh no.
kRYSTAL just passing.
Oh no.
Oh no, NiKo just getting the bomb down, and he doesn't know kRYSTAL is passing. There we go, kRYSTAL in the smoker CT will pick off Berry, but NiKo is low HP, just going to Molotov off. 17 seconds left, no time to really get the bomb down, but nades will go in and it will kill NiKo, so well played by kRYSTAL there, but really not much he can do. 4 HP remaining in 9 seconds. He just wants to go out and die, but...
Oh no.
Oh, is he going to die after the time, or... It looks like he is, unless he backs off soon. There we go, picking up 1 and actually picking up 2 as well, so that's going to be a nice double kill from him, and just saving his weapon with only a few seconds remaining. And I think he made work of that, that was alright. And now if you look at the economy of SK, they're going to have to drop for some of their team here. 4 of the players going down there, so they're just going to be able to put together a buy, but not unconvincing, I'd say. You know, they got just Berry who's struggling, I think, and the rest of them have naded up. Only 2 kits though, which could be a problem, and Penta, however, in a completely different situation. There we go.
Dear.
cadiaN picking up the first frag, kRYSTAL going down, but he smoked it off, and NiKo is still there at sandbags. I don't think they're going to expect that if they do push up aggressive Banana here, and NiKo could get some nice frags here. Just checks the corner in time, tabseN will get the headshot onto him, and that will be NiKo going down. Equalise the situation, 4 versus 4. AcilioN rotating, but kadiaN still making work on this B site. We'll pick up 1. There we go. crisby running in, does get a frag and he gets straight out from CT. AcilioN also taking him out there, and there we go. 2 versus 3, and nade's going to land perfectly on Struxy. 36 HP remaining on him, and the bomb will go down. Stavros trying to get some shots through smoke, and he will do so onto AcilioN, but getting aggressive here. He hasn't got any nades to work with, so he might have a problem. But don't worry, AcilioN's going to walk right into his aim as he does get the frag. SandeN pushing through smoke, and there we go, Struxy. He didn't even afford armor that round. He's also going to go down. That'll be another round to SK with a convincing win there with plenty of time left on the bomb, and SandeN just missing the defuse there. That'll be 14 rounds to Penta, and one round off match point, so it's getting close to a win for them, especially on the CT side being very favoured here.
Yeah, I feel like Penta have had a lot of unlucky situations happen. I mean, there's another spot where, okay, the push actually works, but they didn't actually have the grenades to smoke off CT. That is really, really unfortunate, because as we saw, you know, when they had to go for the white peak to expose themselves to CT, that smoke not being able to cover them meant that, okay, sure, you can get the trade onto the bomb site, but you're going to get shot in the back. So SK, they are doing very well indeed. 14-8, and another lackluster buy coming in from Penta. A Galil, and not all that many grenades indeed. We haven't seen much in the way of executes towards A. There's been maybe, I think the last one was where SandeN got a 4K, and that round looked actually very good. The way they actually built into map control, much like they have now, it looked pretty easy, and they forced the CTs back a little bit, as you tend to do, and then they just got the nades in there, and they got a perfect setup. If they just were able to deal with SandeN better, it would have been a 1 round. I think that's something they should try to go back to, but already losing Stavros and apartments to kadiaN, I believe.
Oh, but a failed Molotov by kadiaN is going to actually set his teammate on fire there, so they're going to have to back off long, smoking it off as well, which is giving a little bit of an advantage to Penta there. They are going to push up towards long with the bomb here. Still 1 T player in apps, and SK still haven't rotated a single player off the B site, and seems like Penta are going to be going towards A, and there we go, SandeN with that frag onto tabseN, and krisby really needs to follow up with one of his own, but no, it's a 5 versus 3, and the rotate still hasn't come out from SK, so I think they were expecting some kind of B push late in the round, but no, Struxy pushing out, does do some damage there. SandeN only on 6 HP, but he won't manage to find the frag on AcilioN. Just catching kRYSTAL there, trying to push onto site with the bomb, very cheeky indeed, but krisby here still in this duel. Might be able to get the right shot onto AcilioN, but time is running out, and 10 seconds left. It doesn't seem like they're going to be able to salvage much out of this round. Low HP on 2 of the players. There we go, Struxy, nice shot through the wall with SandeN, but there we go, kadiaN getting in from library is going to get a frag of his own, and that'll be the round done. NiKo also getting finished off, and it just seems like kRYSTAL is just mopping up frags there. So close, almost got taken down there, but that'll be 15 rounds to SK anyway, and match point, here we go.
Yeah, it's definitely looking pretty good for them. They're not really faltering at all, to be honest, and this was Penta's pick. Let's remind ourselves of that, because the next map is going to be Train, and SK, it's a map that they've been training quite a lot. They picked this as their map ever since kadiaN joined, maybe even before then, just because they like to play it a lot. They feel like it plays their strengths in that. Maybe other teams don't play it enough. It's a good way to capitalize on lack of knowledge. And here it is, the last ditch attempt here coming from Penta, just rushing up middle, trying to go for it right now, but kadiaN is on the lockdown here. He's finally going to get traded by Stavros with the Galil. AcilioN's going to work the mag as well. And here it is, Penta actually on the bomb site, 3-on-3. Doesn't look too bad for them. Stavros, nicely done. That's the mag out the picture. And this retake's going to be really tough.
But NiKo still is alive, so never count them out. And there we go, NiKo pushing into the site. Will get taken out after getting a nice frag there. And now Berry is left alone. A 1 versus 2. Flash does come in, but he's just going to have to push through that Molotov. And they both know where he is, and there's really not much he can do. tabseN taking him out, and there we go, 9-15. So Penta, you know, doing what they can, but I think all their efforts are going to be in vain eventually. SK are just going to manage to pick up 1 round. But right now, I think Penta's securing 10-15, because SK are going to be forced into an eco here. Not going to be able to buy too much. Maybe AcilioN might pick up a pistol, but no, just a couple of pistols and Berry and NiKo. That's fair enough there. And Penta buying up lots of Molotovs, so that's good. I hope I see them use it. There we go, tabseN early frag. tabseN early 3k, what was that? That was a complete shutdown. What was that, 5-second round?
Yep, they just rushed it in, and I mean, this is that situation where, again, CTs are just thinking, how can we get the most buy rounds out? So it's really good to see that they went for a complete full eco. That's the right call. And even doing another one is going to be good, but they're going to buy a few bits and bobs here. A few CZ, Stiegel, a couple grenades, and see what they can do with it. But I mean, Penta, it's still gonna be pretty tough though for them to actually close this one out, because at SK they should have at least 2 or 3 more buy rounds before Penta actually tie up the game, and they just need 1 round. And so far they've shown that they are not having any trouble picking up those rounds. The only issue for them is that they can't get an AWP onto kadiaN. Because that has actually allowed them, it's not just about how kadiaN is good with the AWP, it's about how it allows his teammates to play around them as well. And I think it's been very, very beneficial. There
we go. NiKo trying to make work for that Deagle, also going down, and that's going to be 4 players of Penta surviving, so still building up a bank here. You know, SK have only got to get 1 round, and there we go. We got a crash there by tabseN, but you know, Penta building up the bank isn't going to really be too effective, because SK only needs to get 1 round. Penta won't be ecoing it away, I can imagine here. So 11 rounds to 15. SK are finally going to be able to forward, and it seems like they might try and get an AWP.
I'm wondering how they'll do it, because they could get AcilioN to buy AWP armor, drop the AWP to kadiaN, and kadiaN can buy M4 armor and drop the M4 to Berry. That could work.
It seems like they're discussing it now, because neither of them have bought so far.
Because that means they both can get armor at the very least.
I think they're discussing that.
So let's see if they go for that. AcilioN, is he going to buy the AWP for kadiaN? Come on. Ooh, come on. I want to know.
You can do it.
Come on.
There we go. kadiaN's going to grab that AWP there, I'd imagine. There we go.
And it gives them an ace as well.
And
that money management.
And into the round we go. AcilioN setting up a B smoke, so we know they're going to have 2 players on B now, just holding it, and the bomb is going to go up towards A, so that's good. Nice placement by SK, and Berry pre-rotating towards the A site there. Going to be a good choice, but kRYSTAL getting an extra tag down to AcilioN.
Nice.
Luckily going to get traded out by kadiaN, and now it's a 4 versus 4, and they've equalised the situation. That's all that really matters now. They just have to play passive, and although they haven't got the man advantage, they've got what they need, and that's 4v4's fine. And leaving just NiKo to defend the B site, he's being really strong on there, so that's good enough. And just going to smoke it off for him to hold it down for a bit longer as Penta do back off. And I think Berry's probably going to read this and call for a rotate. But no, NiKo's going to hear sounds of players pushing, and still no rotate by Berry. There we go, Berry finally rotating, and the Molotov will go down just in front of the smoke. NiKo taking a lot of damage there, going down to 30 HP from 70, so that's not too impressive. And here we go, he's just going to get close up through the smoke. tabseN might be there to punish him though. Oh, we can just see him. I don't think he caught him there. They're right next to each other. There we
No.
go, tabseN.
No.
Amazing position here.
Okay, there we
Just
go.
shoot him in the back of the head, and there we go. NiKo will go down, and that will give the man advantage to Penta, and they can clear out the B site now. kadiaN rotating fast, but stavros, yeah, still near the A site. He's going to be probably trying to catch some rotates. Yeah, it seems like SK are going to be going for a save here, which is probably the wisest decision here. If they lose this round, well, if they go for this round, they lose it. They'll have no guns, no money, and then Penta will be up to 12 rounds as well. So
they can, with 3 players, they can drop 2 weapons very easily. And kadiaN even has some grenades left as well. So long as they, I mean, for Penta, they should really try to invest at least like a couple players into actually getting the frags here. Oh, SandeN's going to be really careful here. Again, they cannot afford to lose anybody, and there's so much time for Penta to try to get these kills. They're going for the hunt as well. kadiaN needs to hang on to this AWP. It is so incredibly important for him to just be able to play with that.
There we go.
Good shot by SandeN on the defense. But no, kadiaN's going to go down, and the same can be said for Berry, as almost every single player, there it is. SandeN falls as well. Very well done by Penta. They gave up two players for that. That was so worth it. And now SK have to eco once again.
And that's going to be unlucky. Penta now can easily push up to 13 rounds if SK don't get lucky, and that'll leave them leave SK in quite an awkward situation, because it's leaving them 1 full buy round left until they have to, assuming they lose every round from now on, 1 full buy round left when SK are at 15-13, and then after they lose that, if they do lose that, it will be up to 15-14. They'll have to force buy. So that could be quite unlucky for SK, and Penta are just playing this right now. They could push it into overtime with some good luck. Now this is a completely different T side to what we saw last night, from Penta at least. Yeah,
it is definitely. Maybe they have a, maybe it's easier for them to play against SK. Maybe they know them a little bit better, and maybe maybe it's that that element where SK feel like a little bit less kind of random as maybe a mixed team would feel. But well, it's going to be pretty easily cleaned up here by tabseN, as expected. And SK are thinking about the next round already, and it's starting to get a little bit scary for them, because Penta aren't so far away now. They're only 3 rounds away after winning this, from tying up the game. Oh, 2 rounds, sorry, from tying it up. And I think SK can do 2 more buys, because they'll have. Actually, let's check the scoreboard real quick and see the bonus that they're getting for losing rounds.
Or not.
James.
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, they're on the full 5, so $3,400. So yeah, they'll be able to full buy here, and they'll be able to force in the next rounds if they lose this one. It won't be pretty, but they'll be able to do it. And they are not holding back here. They're actually spending absolutely everything here. We're going to see 3 incendiaries as well. The all back in the hands of kadiaN. He's going to go for the fast pick, and Strux is going to be there as well. How deep is kadiaN going to peek here? Is he going to challenge Strux? Oh, kRYSTAL gets it done. That is phenomenal stuff from kRYSTAL, and that is such a huge deal for SK. What are they going to do now? They've lost a player straight away.
That's brutal. That's really going to hurt SK there. And now 4 versus 5. They have still got NiKo alive, so you know he could do something, but really Penta has got the man advantage here, and that's very important, especially on the T side, where defending sites is now just going to be NiKo aggressive on B, so he has got room to back up if he does need to. But he's getting close to one player with the bomb. There we go, tabseN trying to push out. But it seems like the players are going to be backing off towards the B site, where NiKo is left alone, and he is pushed up so aggressive here. So if he goes down, you know, Penta can just push straight up onto the B side. But there we go, charging in. NiKo gets 1, gets 2, turns around, tries to get the 3rd, but no, he will be shut down there by kRYSTAL. And now it's a 3 versus 3 situation. The rotate is coming in towards the B site. kRYSTAL smoking off CT there just in time, but the Molotov holding him back a few more seconds. And 40 seconds left on the clock is going to be Penta. Haven't got a lot of time to work with. AcilioN taking out stavros, and this round has really flipped.
Yeah, the lurk is gone now, and that means SK have a full knowledge of the situation at hand. We'll see the attempt here for the plant, and it is kRYSTAL who's left with that AWP, so magic is very possible with this guy. He's going to go for the plant, so he's out of the action whilst he's punching in those numbers. Bomb will go down. kRYSTAL gets the cover, but he's going to get traded by Berry. 2 versus 1, AcilioN and Berry. They need to trade onto kRYSTAL.
But it's a slow rotate here from AcilioN, and Berry's just going to wait for his teammate before they can push up, and playing the time right. They've both got a kit. Oh no, sorry, only Berry's got a kit, but that's going to be good enough here. kRYSTAL, he can do this. He does fire off the first shot, misses it, and there we go. Picking off 1. Peeks again, just misses, pulls out the pistol, and he goes for it. Oh, no, it just goes down AcilioN. We'll take it. And that'll be the first map to SK, 16-13. So close with only a few seconds left on the bomb.
Oh, that was close.
Just gets the
damn.
defuse. There we go. And that'll be the first map, DE Inferno, to SK of this best of 5. And next will be Train.
Yeah, SK's choice. I mean, it's a map for them that's always been where they're very comfortable. They train a lot there. They've got good understanding how they want to play it. But that said, they're not impervious. They're not indestructible there by any sense. And, well, it's hard to really expect anything from Penta as well.
Yeah, really. I'm predicting that SK will take the second map convincingly. I think you know, they're not really going to struggle too much on that.
I mean, for me, I feel like SK should win the series, and it should not necessarily be convincing, but it should be not. I don't know. There's something between convincing and
unconvincing.
And I don't know. There's a word that I can't find right now, but it's not convincing. But I feel like they should kind of comfortably win. And so far, we didn't actually really see that. That was a little bit of a struggle actually towards the end. And some of the star power players like kRYSTAL as well is really coming into play. We saw him almost clutch that. To be honest, I was actually surprised he didn't clutch that because he got the first kill. He missed. He had the opportunity to miss like 2 shots.
He did miss 2 shots, which is just so close. If he managed to pick up even one more of those, you know, that'd be the round to him. And then SK would be forced into eco, and that could be a draw for Penta and bring it into overtime. But unluckily, he did miss those shots, and that's why SK won. Yeah, and apparently we're doing some giveaways here. We have a knife to give away, James is telling me. So we're giving away a gut knife to you guys. So I guess the code will go out onto the on the overlay there as we go into a break. Is that correct, James? All right, so check out the raffle on the overlay. The gut knife will be given away in the break, and we'll see you for map number 2 between these two teams here for this qualification match for DreamHack London.